All right, today I'm gonna do a little bit of work on the Jeep. I'm gonna pull a couple plugs, see how that's doing. It seems to be running a little rich. Also, no matter what I do, I put new fans, put a 165 thermostat, it still wants to run like 220 with the AC on, running around town, which is probably what it's gonna run with the AC off on a trail, and I'm going to try to do a few things to alleviate that issue. I'm also going to put a new sending unit in this thing. I'm going to get started on that first because the fuel gauge doesn't work, and I'm wondering if that may have part of the issue of why it's not running to its best potential. It may be over fueling a little bit, trying to compensate for a weak fuel pump. I don't know what it's doing. But we're gonna start on the fuel pump and sending unit. This should be pretty straightforward. Unhook this clamp going into the sending unit and unplug this harness. 2 bolts for straps. That's it. It should come out. So I am going to try not to cover myself in gasoline and do that. Got the old one out. There's the new one. You don't actually have to drop the tank all the way. You can leave the hoses. It gives you plenty of room to work with, but you can leave your filler neck hooked up. Got the tank back in. I had already replaced all the rubber lines. This is a Ford 8.8 rear. It is not the Dana 30 or Dana 35 that came in this thing. And I got e-brake cables off of an Explorer. One side is this kind of e-brake cable, and the other side is like some weird, I actually can show you on my C10 over there because I still have all the originals on it. And I just ordered 2 of the long side. It's a little extra, a little more than I need. Obviously, there's a lot of slack here, but I plan on going a little, almost 3 inches high, or 3-inch taller tire here before too long. I'm going to get the adjustable control arms upper and lower, so I can push the axle back and then push the front. I'm going to do the same thing on the front and get the longer ones to push them forward. Rather than going for a long arm kit, I'm going to stay with 4.5-inch lift springs, and I think I'm going to get the spring spacers for 1 inch, but I'm going to definitely weld in a ring or a piece of pipe right here if I do a spacer, so that the spring can't come loose in full flex. Kind of eerie about that. If I could find a steel spring spacer that had the nipple on it instead of all these billet aluminum ones, I would just clean it up and run a small bead and just make the spring perch taller, and still use these 4.5-inch lift springs. I may do a 3/4 and just do 5.25 lift. And then do the trimming of the fenders. You can buy fender covers that go up here that put a new lip, and you cut out this whole section all the way down as far as it'll go back here. It picks a point and just kind of comes up, and then it covers all that and puts a new bar style lip. And obviously I'll trim back the bumper, and then on the back it pushes the axle back and you get rid of this bumper. There's really nothing underneath here, it's just plastic. So you can push the wheel back and come up, and then they have a piece here that's fender armor. They also have the ones for the doors, but I don't know if I'm going to go that far yet. I'm about to start this thing, check some spark plugs, and that'll be it.